So today I decided, rather than grilling something, we didn't have a lot of time. We were just going through something really quick, and we decided to do omelets. So what we're going to do is show you, a lot of people don't like to do this part of the prep because it's not fun. And if you got a really sharp knife, this can make your life so much easier. So I'm just going to peel this onion. And I'm going to show you how we prep onions and peppers. And what we like to do, let me get this peel off. Now these have been washed. Now, there's 1,000 ways to do this. All of them are right and all of them are wrong. So what I like to do is I'll just quarter this. So depending on how you like your pieces, and this is a very sharp knife. Now, I know that looks simple and it looks easy the way I'm doing it, but ladies and gentlemen, I have done this a lot. And to me, this is fun. I like to cut up vegetables, onions and peppers. It helps to have a really sharp knife to do this. You can have the pieces smaller. You can have the pieces whole. You can have the pieces even more. And you can sit here and you can finally cut this up if you like, if that's the way you want. Okay. Great thing about these flexible mats is all you got to do is take and dump them in the pan. Now, once you do this a couple of times, you will figure this out. That the easiest way to cut an onion up is the way I'm going to show you. So I'm going to half the onion. And I'm going to cut it in slices. Just like you would slice it to go on a hamburger or a pizza. Put the onion together. And depending on how thick you want the pieces is how thick you slice them. Remember, we're going to cook these. So they don't have to be perfect. I'm cutting this a little bit closer together, making it a little bit more fine. Okay. So that's all you got to do to that. Same thing. Put them right here in the pan. So, onions and pepper in the pan. I'm going to, what they call a couple of dollops of butter will go in the pan. And while that's cooking, I'm going to get, and we're going to prep the pepperoni. Oil, and it's going to release flavor. So, you don't have to add a lot of butter, but it's going to add to it. So, the color's starting to change here a little bit. Now, I've got it turned way up. This pan is very big. Now, here is the secret. Now, I'm going to get up here in my cabinet, and I am looking for the vinegar. There we go. Apple cider vinegar. Hot pan, apple cider vinegar. Okay. Hear that sizzle? Okay. It's also going to add to the flavor. The vinegar is going to cook off. You're just adding flavor. Now, if you don't like vinegar, there's some other things you can add. Use lemon juice. The lemon juice will do the exact same thing. It gives you that little twangy taste to it, and it also helps it to cook a little better. So, that's done. Now, as I've said before, people need to realize it's cooking right now. I'm going to turn this off. I can leave it sitting right there on the heat. It's going to continue to cook. People burn things because they don't let it cook. They let it cook with the heat staying on, and it burns the food. This is going to cook down it's going to cool down. It's still cooking. Okay? I can simply do this, but I don't want to waste the heat. I can simply put it over here out of the way. It's still cooking. And we'll be ready to start breaking some eggs and make the omelet. So I put a little butter in the pan. Just let that melt. While that's melting, you break a couple of eggs. And these are extra large eggs? Large eggs. These are large white eggs. And you got to kind of play it by ear to see if you get enough yolk and enough albumin out of all this. And if you didn't have enough mixture, then you might want to add a 4th egg. Pepper and salt. That's all you want to put on an omelet. Of course, black pepper. And then we're going to whip this up. And you want to break the yolk. And try to get as good of a mixture as you possibly can. Now you'll learn how to do this. This takes time. You can see we beat eggs a lot. Once you do this a while, you learn how to beat eggs. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to work my butter around in the pan. Okay? And see if that's hot enough. Take the same temperature. And let that get hot. And we just take a little bit of the egg yolk and test it. Yeah, that's hot. Certainly don't want to waste anything. Things are getting expensive, so we don't want to waste anything. Take all the yolk out. Put that away. Let that start to cook. So again, we're going to move the yolk around. We want to spread as much of the egg yolk around as we possibly can. It's cooking underneath. And with this no-stick pan, these copper pans, it makes it so much easier. It's easier. All you got to do is just keep it moving. Spread it around a little bit. Now, again, what most people make a mistake is they think they got to cook the entire egg. So everything inside has got to be cooked. You don't. The heat will cook the egg. The heat will cook it. So once we get this ready, I'm getting ready to add the green pepper mixture to this. That's the main part of this. You can have just a regular omelet where the omelet is just cheese and egg, and that's fine. That's a great omelet. We like a little bit different here. Let's switch. And I'm going to get everything out of this pan. And use every last bit of it. We don't waste anything. So we're going to put this mixture of green pepper, onion, and pepperoni. We use pepperoni for the flavor. We're going to add that to this, and that's all of it. So what we use has made 5 omelets. So I'm going to add a little cheddar to this. A lot of cheddar to this. Then I'm going to flip. Here's the finesse part. So I just take and plate it that way. Now that one's a little bit more done, and that's okay. It's trial and error. So we got some omelets here, and we made omelets, and sometimes we like to have omelets for dinner. And yeah, this one's probably a little bit too done. That's okay. This one right here is perfect. This one right here is perfect. Okay? They eat just as good. They eat just as good. And what we're going to do is we're going to try this. So let me just get a fork. That's great. Take a look. Everything looks fantastic. It's cooked inside. And the point I was trying to make, when you cook this, when you take it inside the pan, it's still hot. Still hot. It's still cooking. So it doesn't have to be 100% done inside of your pan. So here we have spring omelets, and we really appreciate y'all watching this video.